Hey, what's up and hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kennedy and I'm a vintage reseller and I just love going to estate sales, thrift stores, yard sales, the whole nine. Okay, shopping secondhand is my jam. Okay, so if that's something you're into, please stick around. We have a lot of fun over here, and for those of you who have been here, you already know I love you so much, so welcome back to my channel. So normally I would take you guys thrifting with me or like on these little estate sale, yard sale adventures, but honestly I was not planning on making a video today. But after the day I've had and the stories that I have, I'm feeling really grateful and really happy, and like if Cloud 9 is here, I'm like through the roof, Cloud 1000. So I wanted to make a video and talk about my day, but also do a thrift haul because, I mean, for example, can you see that bag? I got all of this for $25. It's a huge bag, okay? And if you've been here before and you've watched my videos, then you know I recently lost I feel like that sounds so crazy, but I recently lost one of my favorite thrift stores in my area. It was Black owned, it was family owned. They treated me so well, and honestly I think as much as it hurt, and still hurts truthfully, the universe took that away, but it also just gifted me a new favorite place to shop that is, I should say, also very cute, small, family owned, great pricing. So I think I have found a new home, a new comfort place to go thrifting and just feel at home. So I'm feeling very blessed, very thankful. I'm about to start crying on camera and I'm gonna refrain from that. So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna talk about the other place first, and then we'll talk about that place, and then I'll do a haul, okay? Alright, so the first place I went today was this rummage sale at a church, okay? I've never seen this church, never been to this church. I just happened to be passing by earlier this week, coming home from, I think, dinner or something, or lunch, I don't know. I was on my way home and I just happened to pass it, and I saw it said like rummage sale, this date through this date, oh my gosh, through this date, 7 a.m. to noon. You know it's run by older people when the hours are 7 a.m. to noon, because only they are that productive that early in the morning. Luckily enough for me, I have to be at work normally by 6:30 every day, so it was no biggie for me to get up. But I went in there today. I think I took some clips, so I'm gonna add them like here while I'm talking, but I went in there today, right, and I was greeted by like the sweetest little old people, and they were so nice, right? And so I'm like walking in, and they had everything like on these tables separated by like size, and they had like hangers and stuff, all this stuff, right? And while I was like looking through, this smaller lady, like she was very petite, very small, comes up to me and was like, "Sweetie, you need to come over here," and like grabs my hand and takes me over to like this area where the hangers are. And she was like, "This was mine, it doesn't fit me anymore, but I know you're gonna look so cute in it." And we're both really small, mind you. She was like 4 inches smaller than me, and I'm 5'2". Okay, she was tiny, but she's like, "I think you can fit it, you should take it, it's so cute, I think you're gonna look so good in it." And she like wanted me to get her item, which I did, obviously. I couldn't say no to her after that. But she was so cute, showing me the stuff that she used to wear and the stuff that she donated herself. And she was so excited to show me. And earlier I had my scrubs on because I had to go to work for something. And so I had my scrub bottoms on, and so she asked me like, "Oh, like where do you work?" And I told her what hospital I worked at, and it turns out that her daughter also works at the same hospital I work at. She told me her name and what she does, and we actually work together every day in the OR. Her granddaughter and I do. And I just thought it was just like the smallest world, because this little sweet old lady was already like drawn to me, you know what I mean? It was like trying to help me pick out clothes and the stuff that she used to wear and stuff. And then it turns out that I actually know her granddaughter, so it was a very like full circle moment. And so I did my shopping. I left with, you know, about a trash bag of stuff because everything was so cheap. Like, I think the most expensive thing was like $3, and that was like the jackets. Jeans were $1.50, sweaters were $2, hoodies were $2, stuff like that. So I did some shopping and then I left. And then I ended up coming back after I'd like handled my work stuff. And I ended up talking to this other older lady while I was there getting checked out for the second time. And she was like, "Are you Kennedy?" And I was like, "Yeah, like, how did you know?" I was like, "Are you guys talking about me?" And her little friend that I was talking to earlier came over and was like, "This is Kennedy. She got this, and this earlier." And like this, like, it was just so cute, right? They were just so happy to see me and so nice and welcoming. And I don't know, I was just really feeling a type of way, okay? Goodness gracious. I'm not trying to cry on YouTube right now, but last year I lost my grandma, and I honestly think like these cute little old ladies, 'cause my grandma was also really tiny and she was very stylish as well, so I know they were just like kind of filling a void. Not necessarily a void, but it was just nice to kind of have like a grandma for like a few minutes. Like, I don't know, it was just very wholesome and sweet older lady, tinier than me. Like, I don't know, it got to me and I was feeling very good today about it. Now I'm crying. So I'm gonna move on, but essentially I got like $27 worth of stuff. I spent so much money. Well, grand scheme I didn't spend that much money, but I spent so much time in there today, being taken care of by these sweet older ladies trying to style me and give me their old stuff and all of that. They were all excited to see me and they were talking about me and this, that, and the third, and I don't know. Anyway, so that's the story for the first place. Now for the second place of my new favorite store. This is everything that I got at that church rummage sale. Those older ladies really hustled some clothes out of me, and it's funny because they literally told me to come back at the end of the sale and fill everything up in a bag for $5. I love a good fill a bag sale, but after buying all this, I could not buy anything else. Let's start small and then work up. I got a lot of pairs of jeans. Most of them are for myself. Some of them are not really vintage, but they're my size and they're a flare and I think they're gonna fit me, so I got them. First pair like that are these. What are these? I don't even know what brand these are, but I really like the wash on these and the cut, so I got these for myself. Same with these. And these. And then these I got to resell. They're vintage Gap bootcut jeans. And then I also got these vintage Sears camo pants. They're men's. And I just want to appreciate this tag right here. I hope you can see that. Holy crap. Then I also got this cute little chunky sweater. Also got this like native, it reminds me of a Native American blanket blazer, and it's got little shoulder pads and everything inside. Also got this whole bag. So starting with a couple t-shirts, I got this vintage Florida Gators shirt. The exposure is so bad on the shirt, but it's just a clown shirt. It's like a Las Vegas circus shirt. Again with the baby pink. It's just a cute little Maui. Not Maui. Technically it's Hawaii, but a cute little Hawaii single stitch shirt as well. You guys know I love a good vest, so I did pick up this tapestry vest. And then I'm a Texas girl, and if I'm gonna drink any kind of mixed drink, it's a vodka drink. So this just kind of hit home. It was only $2, so I did pick up this Deep Eddies vodka hoodie. I also got this Coca-Cola little vintage crew neck moment. It does have quite a bit of cracking and some stains, but I think I can get that out. Finally, onto the last bag of stuff I got from the church rummage sale. I got this super cute little color block sweater and this floral vest. Again with the florals, this is more of like a short sleeve cardigan moment. I'm a sucker for belts, so this is the belt of choice today. I got another vintage Florida Gator shirt. This was probably one of my favorites. This vintage 86 Iron Bull shirt. Ringer tee. Damn, it's a great day to be an Auburn Tiger. And then I also got this sweatshirt. It's a vintage, just like wildlife Bengal tiger sweatshirt. I also got this Deadstock sweatshirt. Very fun. Loved that graphic. Also grabbed this little vintage tie-dye tee. Again with the vintage Auburn gear. Then I got these super cute little flare jeans. They're by Candies. There's little back pockets there. And then this was probably one of my favorite pieces I got. I'm pretty sure it's like 80s. It's like a little overall, not even overall. It's more like just like a denim, like jumpsuit. All the buttons are there. Look at the back of this. I'm not doing it justice by holding it up at all, but I swear this is like the cutest thing. Once I get it cleaned up, she'll be perfect. And then the last thing I got was this blouse. It's a really pretty cream color and it's got all that embroidery on the front here. Super dainty, and I just loved that. Okay, pulled myself together, I think. So after I went to the church rummage sale, I decided to go to some yard sales, right? And so I had been to two. They were like okay, and then I was on my way to a third one, and on my way to the third one I was like going to a part of my like town, I guess, or like outskirts of my town that I hadn't been to before, right? And so I'm on this like old like country highway, which basically just means there's one lane this way, one lane this way, and there's just like fields on the side, right? And crops and stuff like that. Lots of land. And so I'm just driving very normal, and then all of a sudden like I start to see this little shack come up on my left, and so I'm like, oh, that's random, like it's a random place to live, I guess, because there's like nothing around you. And so as I got closer, I saw it said garage sale open, and I was like and so instead of going to the one I was playing on, I like whipped it around, made a U-E, and pulled up to this little garage sale. I think I have footage from some of that as well. I'll post it here, but I walked in. I was greeted by this, again, older lady. They were all around me today. And she was like, hey, sweetie, how are you today? And I was like, oh, I'm good. Like, how are you? And she's like, I just want to let you know that we do not have any electricity. And I was like, oh, that's totally fine. It's like, it was like 67 degrees earlier. It's now 75. It's definitely fall weather down south now. So, I mean, it was breezy and the windows and doors were open and stuff. So, like, honestly, it was no big deal. I could see, right? And so she's like, let me know if you have any questions. I was like, okay. So I'm starting to go through these racks, and I'm finding thing after thing I like, and I'm like starting to put them on my arm because there's no cards or anything, right? I'm starting to put everything on my arm, and I'm like realizing there's no pricing, right? And so I continue to look for a little bit until she comes back around and she checks on me. She's like, hey, like, how's it going over here? Looks like you're finding a lot of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm finding so many great things, but I don't see any prices. Like, is everything priced by the item? She's like, no, I just haven't gotten around to pricing anything yet, but don't worry, you'll love my prices. I'll give you a good deal. Just let me know when you're done shopping. And I was like, okay. And so, mind you, in my head, I'm like, I only have a budget of $20. And I only had a budget of $20 because I only brought $20 cash with me, because I was planning on going to a yard sale, and most of the yard sales in my area, everything's like $1, maybe $2, you know? So I only brought a 20 because normally that takes me pretty far. Like one of the estate sales I went to, yard sales I went to earlier today, I got 7 things for $7. Easy. You know what I mean? And that's what I was expecting going to this next yard sale, but obviously I ended up at this little baby thrift store. And so I once I finished like shopping and everything, I give her my stuff, and I was like, what's my damage? She was like, let me see. And so she starts going through my stuff, seeing what I have, and starts pricing them out. And I was just creating small talk, so it wasn't like awkward while I'm just staring at her, like trying to figure out a price for me. And so I was like, oh, like, how long have you guys been out here? Like, I've never seen you guys before. Do you have an address so I can come back? And she's like, oh, we've been out here for like maybe a year. And we don't have an address. We're not on the maps or anything. We're just right here off this highway. So if you see us, come say hi. Then I was like, oh, okay. And so like in that moment, I was like, in my phone trying to figure out how to create a pin and drop the pin in this location, add it to my maps in a folder, you know what I mean, so I could find this location again, because like I said, I've never been out to this part of town before, so there's no way I would have found it again without creating a pin. So I did that with a quickness. And then I was like, oh, like, what are your store hours, so I can, you know, when I come back, I know when to come and when not to come, because again, it was run, like, this place was run by her, who she was like middle-aged, and then her dad, who just turned 100. There were literally signs outside that was like, tell, I think his name was John or something, tell John happy birthday, you know, he just turned 100. Right? Crazy. And so I was like, what are your hours? She's like, oh, we kind of just show up in the morning when we're ready, and then, you know, we leave when we're kind of tired and ready to go home for the day. And I was like, oh, okay. I love that. I love being this carefree, you know what I mean? No electricity, no pricing, no address, no store hours, just come as you are. Whimsical. Like, everyone talks about island time, like, this is small town country time, and I'm living for it. Like, this is what I want to do when I retire. I want to be able to have like a little store that's just very carefree, and I'm just doing what I love, right? Because I could tell that she really enjoyed this and like everything else. Anyway, I'm getting very sentimental in this video, but she's like going through my stuff, and my total comes out to be $25. And I was like, damn it. Dang, I only brought $20 cash. And it's like, if it were like a different store, or if they at least had electricity, like, it would be different because they would have a card reader. But this is very old town, small town. There's no cards like accepted, even when they have electricity. I don't even know if they have electricity normally. Maybe this is a normal thing, they don't have electricity, but there's no electricity. They both had flip phones, like, there's no Cash App, PayPal, etc. So I only had $20 cash, and I was like, hey, since it's $25, I only have a 20 on me. Do you mind if I run to the store and come back with more money, so I can pay for this, like the rest of it, like I'll pay for $20 worth of it now, and then I'll come back and get this. And I was like, there's some other things I was interested in, I'll just grab some more stuff when I come back. And this other gentleman who was in there shopping with a lady, I don't want to say his wife or not his, I don't know what they were, it doesn't even matter, but these two people were shopping, and the man comes over, he's older as well, and was like, here you go, break this for her so she can get all of her stuff. So he hands the owner like a $10 bill, so I could have 5 of it to cover the other $5 of my total. And then he was like, I'll just use the rest when I make my purchase, because I have some things I want to purchase, so just go ahead and keep it all. I almost cried. He felt like Santa Claus. He was making sure I got everything I wanted, and that was just so sweet. And I told him, like, no, like, don't worry about, like, you don't have to do that, that's so sweet of you, though. He was like, by the time you drive to go get cash and come back, it would have been more than $5 in gas anyway, so this is my treat to you. And it was just a very wholesome moment. I think I've said that already, but I'm just feeling very loved today, very appreciative of today. It's crazy how strangers can make you just like so emotional and feel so loved out of nowhere, because this is like a very, thrifting and like doing this reselling thing is like a very individualized thing for me. It's something I really enjoy, but I don't involve other people in. And so when other people kind of come into my life and like the universe sends these people, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm very emotional today. But I was just loving every minute of it today. And so he made sure I could get everything. So I got this huge bag, I think I already showed you, of, you know, my $25 worth of stuff. And then I left, and then I came home, and now I'm here, and I decided in my car I wanted to make this video. And now I've cried in this video, I've over talked in this video. This is a very real video, a very real moment, and it's crazy how it's just like thrifting is fun, but it's also so much more than that, you know what I mean? It's so much more. But I will definitely be going back there. That's my new favorite place. I would love to continue to support them, and they were so sweet to me there. So now I know to bring cash and to come prepared to ball out. But anyway, and to close out this thrift haul, we have this vintage Dickies like chore jacket. It's got a corduroy collar, plaid blanket interior, guys, and it's a really pretty cream color. I love this one. This was supposed to be just like a cute little video, a cute little story time plus thrift haul, and it turned into a long story time, emotional therapy session, low-key, plus a thrift haul with all the good things I found and all the sweet older people that I got to meet today. So that's all for now. Sorry for getting emotional on you guys. Clearly I need to just let that out, and I'm glad I had all of you lovely people to do it with. So let me know what your favorite item was. And don't be afraid to leave your city or your town to find a smaller little thrift store to support. They have the best deals and the sweetest people. So that's all for today, and I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.